So now that you've learned all the note values and you have a good understanding of how they are all played within a bar and in context to a metronome, I want to talk to you a little bit about rests. Okay, just like you have a quarter note, which is one stroke played, one count, you have a corresponding rest for a quarter note. And when you see that rest in sheet music, that means that you play nothing for the duration of a quarter note. So take a look at the sheet music. You'll see exercise 1 on the page quarter note rests. It's basically a bar with quarter note rests outlined for 4 counts. Because how many quarter notes fit in a bar of 4/4? It's 4. So how many quarter note rests would fit in a bar of 4/4? The same thing, 4. So it's really quite simple. Instead of playing the stroke, you just don't play anything for the exact same amount of time. So let's just put on a metronome at 60 beats per minute, and I'm going to show you what it sounds like or doesn't sound like to play or not play quarter note rests. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So nothing is played there. That was at 60 beats per minute. For each one of those quarter notes, there's no notes played. And that's basically exercise 1. And I just kind of wanted to present this to you visually so you could understand how it looks. So later on, when you see this in sheet music, you know, okay, there I play nothing for the length of one quarter note. Now let's take a look at exercise 2. Exercise 2, we basically play 3 quarter notes. So 1, 2, 3, and then we rest for the value of that quarter note. Let's do this at 60 beats per minute, and then I'm going to play it for you guys at 100 as well. In exercise 3, we're going to have 2 quarter note rests within the bar. So we play the snare drum on count 1, rest for count 2, play the snare drum on count 3, and then rest for count 4. So it's very important that you learn these slow as well as speed them up, so you can really internalize the time and the length of the note as it relates to the metronome or the tempo of the song. All right, now let's move on to exercise 4. In exercise 4, we're basically playing a beat. The beat starts with hi-hat and kick, 1 quarter note, hi-hat and snare, the next quarter note, hi-hat and kick, the 3rd quarter note, and then rest on count 4. Here we go at 60 and 100 beats per minute. In exercise 5, we're going to start with a beat and then move to a very simple quarter note fill. And you're probably going to struggle, especially when played slowly, because the note spacings, there's just so much space in between each stroke. And so really focus on developing consistent and solid time because it's going to pay off in the long run. So here we go. I'm going to play this at 2 tempos, 60 and 100 beats per minute. So that's the end of the quarter note rest segment. What you need to do is learn these all at 60 and 100 beats per minute. Once you can play them at 100 beats per minute, each exercise, for 2 minutes straight, perfectly, you're ready to move on to the next section.